For this project, the team took apart a fishing reel to see what it consists of and to determine how the individual components were produced. Disassembly took place in the San Jose State's machine shop, located in the Industrial Studies building. Tools used in the process were screwdrivers, hex wrenches, vice grips, pliers, and a Dremel. The outer parts, such as the fishing line holder, casing, plastic knob, and silver back plastic, are all made through injection molding. Injection molding is the process of inserting liquid material into a mold to create parts once the material solidifies. We believe these parts are created this way because of its complex geometry and the appearance of physical lines from the mold halves. It is also a cheaper method for mass production. Some of the more complex metal parts are die cast in molds, like the guide supporting the main rod for the reel. After disassembling the fishing reel, we can now see all the parts within the casing. Here are all the bolts used to hold the system together. The bolts are made from metal rods that are straightened and cut into specified lengths. The cut pieces are cold forged, that is, to go into dies at room temperature, which compress one end to form the bolt head. The bolt is then threaded at the other end by high pressure roll forging so it can be properly screwed. Cold forging is done to produce bolts with higher tensile strength. An alternative production method is casting, but parts created through casting will result in weaker properties such as lower strength, which won't be able to support as much force applied to them. Another metallic component created is the arched portion in the wire bail, which controls the amount of fishing line released from the reel during casting and the amount of line returned when reeling in fish. This part is formed by drawing the metal through the hole in a die with a specific diameter. This process also allows the spring within the bail to be made using a different sized hole from another die. Once drawn, the metal can be bent to form the spring or arch. Small parts such as the spindle, gears, and ball bearings are all made through machining. The spindle is made from raw cylindrical metal. It is first cut to a desired length, then goes through machining process of milling and turning to obtain the specified dimensions. Gears are also integral metal pieces that are cut into the right specification. These pieces start out as cylindrical blanks, which are machined through a lathe to remove oxidized layers and fit within tolerance diameters. A drill bores the center material and machines the blanks into needed sizing for axles. At this point, these objects have no teeth. A gear shaper called a hobber then uses a titanium-coated cutter, which cuts the outer teeth into one blank at a time as its edge revolves onto the hobber. Depth is gradually cut into the gear as the blank moves with the hobber along its length. An alternative method for producing these gears is through casting to produce the complex shape. However, casting gears would result in a rough finish, and also likely weakens the mechanical properties of the metal, giving it a short life cycle. Other methods are used for a select few components such as the fishing line, the rubber grip on the bottom knob, and the multiple washers located within the reel. The line is woven by machine after being strengthened with a coating of silicon resin that builds up abrasion resistance. The grip is stronger than natural rubber because it is vulcanized. That is, another substance like sulfur is cured into the material to build stronger polymer chains within the structure of the rubber. Finally, washers are frequently used in this product because of their abilities to distribute loads on the spindle, as well as insulate the line roller from contact friction with other components. These washers are mass-produced by stamping them out of aluminum sheets. Washers in the system are made of other materials like cloth and plastic, but they are still cut out from one large piece of the corresponding material. Overall, the fishing reel is a product composed of a system using metal gears, rods, ball bearings, and bolts and screws encased in a plastic shell. The primary components are made of either aluminum or high-density polyethylene plastic for their light weight. The processes used to make all these parts were chosen to produce higher resistances to applied loads. This product is designed for performance with regards to speed and strength, so the ways to manufacture each part maximize the reel's potential for optimal usage.